It's 30 years since the birth of CITV.
Lots of fun.
And shows that would become a massive hit.
Oh, shit!
It had shocking behaviour.
Really gets.
Even more shocking haircuts.
That Sharp's mullet, wow. That should have had its own show.
And Carol Vorderman's underwear.
Could I borrow your tights, please?
Okay.
Tonight we'll find out how CITV changed our world.
One day I might end up on something like that.
And we'll hear just how it created mayhem.
CITV was just brilliant kids' telly.
What do you think? Bang. Channel 3, here we go.
From animation to adventure, game shows to gunjings. This is the story of 30 years of groundbreaking television.
Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today.
No way.
Coming up in tonight's rollercoaster ride through 3 decades of CITV.
A bit nervous.
Me too.
We take the stars of Corrie back to the children's ward.
Oh, no.
Cheer out.
We find out how Art Attack lit up the Big Apple.
Here we go!
Christmas.
And see how Sooty & Co are still causing chaos after all these years.
I say not too much, Sooty.
Oh, we've got a right one there. But first, do you remember when Saturday mornings were like this? CITV brought a fresh look to the weekend with new shows like these.
Saturday morning television for children was an institution.
Another rip-roaring star!
Everyone watched Saturday morning telly.
Alistair Stewart for News at 10 at the front.
Stop messing about.
Number 73, rein me in. Big red door, yellow 73. Come in, have some fun.
It's Andy. Great. This is Get Fresh. This is Charlotte Hindle.
And this is Gaz Top.
It was like the circus coming to town, like the space circus coming to town.
What a bunch of hooligans.
I turned up wearing black eyeliner, back combed hair.
It was compulsive viewing for kids and students nursing hangovers. And Saturday mornings were soon to deliver a new pair of likely lads.
Yes?
We've had a thought.
What's that?
Do you know how we're dismally bad at presenting?
Not bad, not bad.
Well, you know, we're not that good.
Yeah.
Well, we thought we'd turn our hand to
Game show.
hosts.
Little did they know.
We were releasing records at the time as PJ and Duncan, and we went on and performed and did some interviews, and they liked us, and we only lived up the road, so it was easy for them. It didn't cost them a lot in taxis.
Or a hotel.
Or a hotel, so we stayed at our mum's.
Thank you, boys. You were marvellous out there. Terrific stuff.
So they said, can you come back next week? And we said, yeah, all right, then we'll come back next week. And then it kind of went on from there, really.
We were on it every week.
Yeah.
It's us.
It's us. It's us.
It's Anton.
Alongside Jenny Powell and Nobby the Sheep, Gimme 5 gave 19-year-old Anton Deck their first job as presenters.
Hello to you and hello to Hunter. How are you, Hunter?
Hello. How are you?
Very well, very well.
Good. We were kind of part of the presentation team, but we didn't really have any responsibilities.
Or get paid. So that's how they got away with it.
Like them, like leotards are like really tight. So you have to put talcum powder in to get into them.
We would turn up on a Saturday morning and just kind of mess about with Nobby the Sheep.
Back to you, Nobby.
They crack me up, they do.
Getting Jenny Powell's way.
Listen! What I really remember is them just bouncing off the walls a lot with big cheesy grins. You know, they were all over the place, and a bit like a couple of space hoppers. Really. And all they did was get on my nerves and get in the way.
By 1998, Anton Deck were out of Jenny's hair and fronting a Saturday morning show all of their own. The viewers had never seen anything like it. Welcome to SMTV Live!
It was the real sort of coming of age for Ant and Deck. They really came into their own on that show.
That was kind of like the show that I looked up to, like the shining beacon show that I was like, one day I might end up on something like that.
I wouldn't mind watching that myself.
SMTV really changed Saturday morning TV, and mainly due to Anton Deck.
Is it a thick chick?
We set out not to be the show that talks down to kids. We wanted to talk to them. You've got to give them the intelligence that they deserve, you know, the respect that they deserve, because they understand it very quickly and they get it very quickly, and if you don't like it...
But the kids didn't turn off. They tuned in their droves alongside millions of adults to watch Anton Deck and 22-year-old Kat Deely.
Kat was just brilliant all the way through. You know, she was a great foil. She was great to be in the middle of us and kind of keep order. She'd always keep us in check.
So nanny. I'm not listening. Slapping him now?
She was great doing the comedy stuff as well, you know.
What a dog!
She didn't mind putting on a fuzzy wig and a set of false teeth and giving Kat the dog.
I like your glasses, Kat. Where'd you get them?
From this shop in Birmingham.
SMTV punched through the schedule.
Britney Spears, everybody! I'm Anne Robinson, hello! Can someone open a crack? I'm gonna be sick. What do you think?
Very impressive, Captain.
Some of the stuff we got away with, I would never even try now on Saturday nights.
No, I wouldn't.
Never mind Saturday mornings. I mean,
I'm quite embarrassed about some of the
Who fancies a game of Super Wonky Donkey?
Wonky donkey.
Wonky Donkey.
There's only one rule to Wonky Donkey. It's got to rhyme.
Angel bear.
Nearly.
Bear bear.
No.
Queen bear.
Doesn't rhyme.
Princess bear.
No.
No.
So when they called in and it didn't rhyme, you really used to get my goat.
Python snake. I don't know.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
But he'd be straight into the camera lens, and he'd get so angry.
Goodness sake, listen to his man! With that fiber!
It's got to rhyme. That's the only one rule. It's got to rhyme.
It's over, it's finished.
I know, but it still gets me.
It's still burning inside.
Taking Saturday mornings to new heights, SMTV notched up 2 BAFTAs and a British Comedy Award, making it the show all the stars wanted to be seen on, with plenty of famous friends popping in on their newfound chums.
One of the first ones I had was Tom Jones came on, and he just kind of visited the chums flat. And we did a load of jokes with his song titles in.
Really?
Yes.
Is that common?
It's not unusual.
The following week, I think Sting was on the show, and we asked him to be in chums, and he kind of looked at us, and then we showed him a tape of Tom Jones, and the week before, he went, oh, if Tom Jones has done it, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
I used to be in the police.
All right, you look like a copper. It was quite a coup in the end, wasn't it? It ended up, if you came on the show, you had to do chums.
Frank Skinner was always very funny on it. He played a stripping vicar a few times. Mariah Carey did it one week.
That's right, she did. Yeah, she was Kat's bridesmaid when she got married.
Yeah. Sooty and Sweep.
Sooty and That was one of my favourite ones.
Your stag do,
My stag party. Yeah.
Nice one, Sooty! Right in the eye, Sooty, and with a lot more water than we rehearsed. Brilliant!
And like any good sitcom, chums had a romance running through it.
Me and Kat, all alone in the flat. I think I'm gonna kiss her. We'd always have what we call a snog interruption. It was always a break on our romance. You know, it never let us really take off.
For 5 glorious years, SMTV pulled in record-breaking ratings.
I've never had so much fun on telly as I did on SMTV. It's just the most fun ever. And I don't think any other job that we do will ever be as fun as Saturday mornings. It was just the best time.
SMTV came to an end for Anton Deck in 2001. All it needed now was a happy ending.
Yeah, a long, long snog.
We did. We had a snog on the very last show. Longer than it should have been.
Dirty gits.
Saturday mornings might have been over for Anton Deck, but the chaos was set to continue.
Bye-bye, chums.
And if anything, the madness was to get even messier. Kids TV hadn't seen anything quite so chaotic since the days of Tiswas.
Kids love guns.
Give it to him now!
It's always nice to see someone that always looks so pristine and lovely getting guns.
You can't be a children's TV presenter if at some point you haven't been covered in something gooey.
Cheryl Cole was a good sport. She loved a bit of guns.
For that sort of 2 years, I sort of smelt of cake. A sort of off-cream smell in my hair lingered for about 2 years.
But things didn't always go to plan.
We had Santa Claus in, and he was told, that's the cake that you need to cake Holly with. Simple. For whatever reason, he picked up the cake that was like a brick. It was just there for show. It was never ever going to be used.
I've got a present for you.
Oh, no! Oh!
He caked Holly, he nearly broke her nose.
I can revive your brick of a cake, which you shoved in my face quite well.
I thought, I'm going to have a nosebleed. Luckily, I was all right, but I don't know how.
Not that Holly was always the innocent party.
Holly Willoughby, right? You see her on this morning. Sweet, butter wouldn't melt. The real Holly is celebrity juice Holly. That's all I'm going to say to you. That is the real Holly.
Holly, where are you? Holly! Oh,
When she was going for that door, she went for it.
Go on.
Only on Saturday mornings.
Still to come, how CITV started with a blast.
The rocket ship set was bonkers. It's like sitting in a cupboard, really.
Biggins' first trip to the jungle.
The swamp was hideous.
Oh! And a pat on the back for the fun house.
We run the fire!
People actually say, you made my childhood.
Welcome back. CITV is 30 years old. And tonight we're celebrating 3 decades of unforgettable shows.
You just kind of wanted to be part of it, you know. You sort of almost wanted to jump in your telly and be with them.
I would be Sooty.
Yeah.
Kat would be Sue. And you would be Sweep.
There you see.
Today, CITV entertains a new generation. With shocks and surprises.
Here I am!
And tons of tales.
There once was a pirate named Captain Blacktooth.
But it all began 30 years ago with the captain of a ship. No, not him. The 3rd of January 1983 saw one small step for Matthew Kelly.
Matthew to Mick, Matthew to Mick. Come in, Mick.
One giant leap for children's television.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Well, of course, I was the very first to be launching children's ITV. What a pleasure and a privilege it was.
To boldly go where no man's hand has ever set foot. That's the mission of ITV Starship.
Every weekday, Matthew had proper stars in his eyes as he jumped in his spacecraft and welcomed millions of kids home from school.
The rocket ship set was bonkers. It's like sitting in a cupboard, really. It was tiny, and it had these ridiculous levers. I don't know what they were for.
Ooh, this is not a happy computer. There, now, come on. Are you going to tell us what's on children's ITV tomorrow?
He even got the job of introducing his own shows.
You're dead.
You must be dead. That sailing, skiing, climbing, jumping airplanes. You must be dead. That bouncing, bouncing, bouncing.
This week, we're mad about cats. And what better way to start than with the big ones?
I had to go in with tigers, 4 grown tigers, with this 16-year-old tiger trainer.
I'm terrified now. Absolutely terrified.
That's never right. I had to swim with a killer whale. I did. I'm really glad they picked me to do it. It was a lovely thing to do and a lovely thing to have been part of.
Matthew survived dicing with death to have a whale of a time on Saturday night.
That's time again, time for Stars in the Ride.
But he wasn't the only now familiar face joining in the fun and games.
King of the Jungle is Biggins!
Long before Biggins became King of the Jungle, he was already on safari.
Still to this day, I get people in their 40s and late 30s coming up to me and say, "Hello, Biggins, safari," and I have to go, "So goody."
Safari! As well as a cracking catchphrase, On Safari brought us man-eating plants.
Oh! What's it like in there?
Horrible! Oh, no. Terrifying tiger traps. And a perilous assault course. And like all good kids' shows, there was plenty of gunge.
The swamp was hideous. You used to go into the studio, and the first thing you were hit by was this unbelievably hideous smell. It was just vile. I really, really enjoyed doing On Safari. It was such fun. It was glorious. It was a great time. I think we should bring it back, don't you?
On Safari started a rumble in the jungle, and other game shows soon followed. There were space-age quizzes.
In which game is Eric Bristol? Correct.
Pumped-up party games.
It's an inflatable assault course, essentially, which would be so fun as an adult when drunk, but it was definitely for kids.
As we grew up, the playgrounds just got bigger and bigger.
It was one huge set. It cost like £1 million to build, which I think was the most expensive children's TV set at the time.
And when computer games were just starting out...
So enter, stranger, to the castle of confusion.
You could play out your nightmares and fantasies with Dungeon Master Treguard. Ooh, scary.
I was a slightly menacing character to start with. A lot of the kids were scared to death of me.
Danger team, this is the lair of the dreaded car.
What was again?
I loved Nightmare. I wanted to be on that show so badly I can't even tell you.
Okay, Daniel, left. Right.
Ooh, nasty.
But if the dungeons proved too dark, you could always let your hair down in the fun house.
It's outrageous.
That Sharp's mullet, wow. That should have had its own show.
Funhouse was bright, it was really colourful, and it really just signified that the weekend was here and you didn't have to do your homework that night. You could watch Funhouse, run home from school and put the telly on and there'd be this amazing colourful show.
Here's the Funhouse!
Former Radio 1 DJ Pat Sharp had the keys to the Funhouse.
Here are the Funnettes!
Oh yes, with some cheerleading twins.
As a child, I didn't care about the twins. I wasn't bothered about the twins. I want to go on the little go-karts, and I want to go on that massive car going to Endgame, where you get some great prizes. As soon as you grow up, you're like, crikey, those twins are
Go-karts going around a studio. I mean, it was, you know, it had never been done before on kids' TV. It was a big show.
Go!
All I remember is headache. How do you control that whole scenario with the screaming children and the slides and the sponge and the... Oh.
Funhouse became the place to go on Friday afternoons in the 90s.
Pat, you did a grand job. Hat off.
Pat Sharp, legend.
I get people who actually say the following words to me, and they're really cool words for someone to say, and they are, "You made my childhood."
Yeah! But it wasn't just the kids having fun and games on CITV.
How? How?
How?
Oh.
How? How? If I had £1 for everyone that's come up to me and gone, how?
How can you balance a spoon on the end of your nose? Gaz, please try it. Carol, please try it.
It really is a programme which people remember. You know, it's quite incredible.
Breathe on the inside of the bowl of the spoon to create some moisture, and then friction will do the rest for you. That is how.
You put something in YouTube now and you figure out how it is or how it works. This would do it on a weekly basis for you.
How quickly can you make ice cream? Well, in moments, providing you've got liquid nitrogen.
Fred Dinage and his team were never afraid of asking questions, no matter how bizarre.
How hard is the Tour de France?
How can a fish help you to relax?
How do you know when a spider is dead?
How can crisps keep you warm?
Young people have got this thirst for knowledge, this need to know how this works, how that happens.
How did the sucker make a comeback?
How to somehow made science fun.
Oh, yeah, that's tingling.
Though I'm not sure Gaztop would agree.
It's swelling up. I reckon he's had about 3 pints already.
That looks more ow than how.
Oh, I'm glad that's over.
Poor Gareth.
The kids didn't know they were kind of being taught things because it was disguised with a lot of laughter, a lot of fun, a lot of explosions, a lot of eggs. But beneath it all were serious messages and serious information. It really was an educational programme in a way.
Oh! Oh! How can you tip a bucket of water upside down without the water tipping out of it?
For Fred Dinage, how would prove a lifetime's work.
Oh, you got it. Look at that. Not a drop spilled twice.
He'd been with the show through the 60s and 70s.
Before, one after the other. Here we go. Hey! Hey! Hey!
Fred was my hero. You know, he was the guy I aspired to be. And I was very lucky I got to be in the second generation of that programme with my hero.
In 1990, CITV brought How back as How 2, but it would prove a difficult first show for Fred.
We just were going in to record the first how-to programme ever, and I got a phone call from my brother to say my dad had died. And I said, well, I must come home now. And he said, no, because he said, you know, Dad loved How, and he would have loved to have seen you in How too. So stay there and do it. And Carol and Gareth were great to me. We got through the day, and the show worked. I'll never forget the very first How to we ever did because of that reason.
For nearly 200 shows, the How To team went to great lengths to teach us absolutely everything.
How can you reinvent the tandem?
We did ridiculous stuff on How. Wonderful. I've ridden a jet-powered skateboard. Yes. Trashed half the studio when I got out of frame.
Gaz, top of the class.
Honestly, this was in the days before health and safety, thank goodness, because I'm not sure we'd be allowed now to do the things, certainly in the early days, that we did.
But How To wasn't all about big studio stunts.
How do you make a green-haired thingy?
A new generation sprouted up learning all sorts of tricks.
You'll need a pair of tights. Could I borrow your tights, please?
Okay.
I'd sit there on How To and How before it and think, I'm having such a lovely time and I'm being paid to do this. I can't believe it.
Following me so far?
Yeah.
It is complex.
Aren't I lucky? And I was.
You sort of bend a little shape, which will give you your nose.
Fred Dinage is
The single reason that How To was so successful and ran for 16 years. A grass seed will start to sprout. I'm enormously proud of that, and Fred.
And that's how you make a green-haired thingy.
Coming next, the misspent youth of the Stars of Corrie.
I ain't dancing.
And the hand-drawn hero.
Danger Mouse, marvellous.
Oh, crumbs.
Love it.
Who went down a bomb.
That's another successful mission over.
Celebrating 30 years of CITV and shows that always hit the target. We've had fight nights in the forest. Out of this world comedies.
Wipe it all!
Do it!
Welcome to Earth.
And sophisticated dramas.
Press Gang was ahead of its time. You know, every guy wanted to be Dexter Fletcher. Every girl wanted to be Julia Sawalha.
I'm sorry, Spike. It's too late to try and get back in with me.
I'm out of here for good.
But BAFTA-winning Press Gang wasn't the only drama creating the headlines on CITV. In 1989, a groundbreaking series came along that would also launch a whole host of careers.
What are you doing here?
Come see me, so keep your nose out.
Shut it, you.
15-year-old Tim Vincent was cast as teenage alcoholic Billy Ryan.
Are you off your head?
One drop.
Oh yeah, and that's why you're falling over, is it?
It was the most fun I think I've ever had. Imagine being 15, told that you're going to have 3.5 months off school, and I was playing a teenage boy that was into his music, so all the clothes that they put me in were really fun.
Filming might have been fun for the cast, but Children's Ward was also hard-hitting and didn't shy away from the big issues.
To all of a sudden have a show that turned up that was nothing like anything before, which was dealing with children's problems, making people understand what happened in hospital.
Children's Ward would make a star of Tim, but what of the rest of the cast? Today we know Jane Danson, Stephen Arnold and Samia Gaddi as stars of the nation's favourite soap. But long before they found themselves on Coronation Street, they were sharing a hospital ward. Almost 20 years on, we're taking them away from Weatherfield and giving them a blast from the past.
I'm a bit nervous.
To look back on the role CITV played in their lives.
You don't think you've changed until you look back on something and then you go, oh God.
I hope they're prepared for this.
I have dreams like that sometimes. They're only dreams.
Jimmy Cranky.
See, I don't think you've changed at all.
I don't. You can
Do you know what I
properly
mean?
tell that's you, Stephen.
So you reckon you're top dog of this place? Uncontested.
Oh, no.
There we go. That's brilliant.
That's great. Look at them clothes, though. They're worse than Leanne's clothes.
Big Flow 300. Good.
embarrassing. God.
You ain't changed, though, Sam.
No, you
I
haven't.
am.
No, you haven't.
You'll be great.
I think it's all coming back to them now.
I was over the moon when I was cast in Children's Ward. It was like a dream come true when I was cast as Charlotte Poole.
This is the happiest day of my life. Oh, people who've had their legs cut off can still feel them.
I remember I just left school, so for lots of reasons I was like in a, quite a transitional period in my own life.
I want out, some fresh air. Somewhere that doesn't smell of disinfectant, boiled cabbage and bedpans. I'm sick of it.
I felt like I was kind of going out into the big wide world.
Anything wrong, Joe? I'm gonna be fine.
Oh yeah, there's me transplant. Forgot all about this. It was just a great show to be involved in. It was just such a friendly atmosphere and everyone was excited because he was working on TV and things, and I just really enjoyed it there.
I've got cystic fibrosis. I've just had a flipping out lung transplant.
It was quite close to the bone in some respects, for a children's drama.
Am I supposed to take lessons on getting a boyfriend from a cripple?
Children's Ward dealt with issues for young people, whether it was bullying in school or domestic family situations, the breakdown of families or whatever it was. It wasn't just about the medicine of it all.
I just don't care.
Oh. Oh dear.
But there were moments of light relief amongst the drama.
Oh,
and for Jane Danson, a hospital romance.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
Jane Danson.
And at Granada Television in Manchester, the young cast of Children's Ward soon found themselves among some household names who would soon become colleagues.
Children's Ward set was like right next door to Coronation Street, basically. I think one of the directors one day took us around the street and showed us all, what it was like, and I was like blown away with it and thought one day I'd love to do this.
When we all went to the canteen, we would see all the Corrie cast, and I would kind of look from afar and pretend that, I'd not really seen anybody, and it's like, oh God, there's Campbell. Oh no, there's Percy Simpson, or whoever it was, and just think that they were these massive megastars. I could have only dreamed that one day I'd be on Coronation Street.
I just look back at it with fond memories, I just had a great time on it. And I think it was a great learning curve because it was my first really big TV break.
I look back on the ward with really happy memories. It was really quite special, actually.
Getting the part changed my life forever. If it hadn't been for Children's Ward, I probably wouldn't be sitting here now, definitely. Looking at old clips like that, it makes you go, yeah, that's pretty cool.
But it wasn't just edgy drama that's made CITV cool. From hand-drawn heroes, isn't it wonderful, to CGI comedy and stop-frame adventures. Over the years, its animation has entertained millions of viewers and attracted some very familiar voices.
He's the greatest. He's fantastic. Wherever there is danger, he'll be there.
In the early 80s, actor David Jason was to take on two of the most famous roles of his career, Derek Delboy Trotter and Danger Mouse.
Now, you get some shut-eye, Penfold, and maybe the weather will be better in the morning.
Crumbs, Chief, I hope so. I don't like this.
With Terry Scott as Penfold and Edward Kelsey as Baron Greenback, Danger Mouse was watched at its peak by an astonishing 21 million viewers.
Danger Mouse, marvellous. Love it.
A secret agent, so secret that even his code name has a code name.
Danger Mouse was one of my favourite cartoons of the time. Penfold, his trusty assistant.
Oh, crumbs!
Baron Greenback, his nemesis.
Despicable hunter.
He had that really cool sports car that he lived in the post box in Baker Street, and the curve used to flip up and the car would come out. Danger Mouse was just incredibly cool.
Better split up and look around.
Right, sir. Can I split up and come with you?
No, Penfold.
Penfold, obviously, is the one that you want to laugh at the most. I mean, Danger Mouse was cool, but I think Penfold, man, just says a lot about me. Maybe I like the nerdier one. That says a lot about me. I wasn't the cool child. That's the problem.
But saving the world came at a high cost.
Show that Richard Mouse.
With each 10-minute episode made up of over 2,000 drawings,
Why are we going to the North Pole, Danger Mouse?
a lot of colouring in was avoided with frequent missions to the Arctic.
This thing is slowing the world down. And there's very little I can do.
Crikey! Oh,
apart from turn it off.
Danger Mouse still stands the test of time. You can still play that now to kids now, and they absolutely love it.
That's another successful mission over.
Way better than Banana Man, say.
Oh, and Super Ted.
Oh, way. No way. You're not even coming close to Danger Mouse, pal.
Super Ted.
In 2002, Ant and Dec got their own chance to enter Animation's Hall of Fame.
So, what do we do, Dan?
Engine Man.
Can you hear the word of that?
Jollop and down.
Organ under there.
A farmer, fisherman, motorbike rider.
He can make your engine go.
A bus driver.
He can make your engine go.
I was the voice of Engie Benji, and Ant was my trusty dog, Jollop.
Oh. Benji, Jollop and down.
Hey,
That was it.
Still got
That was it.
Still got it.
What is it, Jollop? Oh, hello there.
So he'd done loads of work in the voiceover booth. I would sit outside eating crisps and watching the telly. And then every now and again they go, right, we need Jollop. And I'd probably go, okay, mate, we'll see you in about 3 hours. Yeah, no problem.
Engie Benji was a doctor who fixed engines.
Come on, spaceship. Let's go flying.
And rockets, buses, planes, boats. He's a very versatile fella, you know.
Really, I loved it. I loved Engie Benji. How was it for you? Bit hard?
We got paid equally.
Yeah.
Got the same money.
50-50.
Not really fair, is it?
With his dog Jollop and Dan the Van, Engie had a great backup team.
And in Series 2, Trucker Troy, which was me.
Aha! I think we've found our messmaker.
Engie Benji, I sure am glad to see you.
I got in there in the end. They give me a speaking part.
I'm as clueless as a codfish.
I actually came up with the idea for Trucker Troy because I thought he wasn't doing enough work.
He still wasn't in it a lot, but, you know, great days.
Oh.
Vroom, vroom! Still to come.
Big crayons the size of a giant.
One man and his super-sized dreams.
It turned into this.
And a reality check from the silent star of children's television.
I couldn't do my job if I didn't think Sooty was real. And Sweep and Sue, you know. Of course they're real.
Welcome back. We're celebrating 3 decades of CITV. It's been a jungle out there.
Safari!
With shows that have taken over the world. No one said it wouldn't get messy. But could this show have been the biggest of the lot?
Ooh, Art Attack. Big crayons the size of a giant.
Hello there. Good to see you again.
Yes, Art Attack was big. Especially the set.
It was a friend of ours said, that Art Attack started because Neil Buchanan had a pencil case and he dropped it and all the pencils went everywhere. He went, how about if we supersize this? This is a show. That didn't happen.
I bet it did.
Ask Neil. I bet you didn't.
Yes, brilliant art attacks. You know, I often say the simplest ideas are the best.
Inspiration did indeed come to creator and presenter Neil Buchanan when he was lying on his living room floor surrounded by the contents of his pencil case.
I phoned the producer up. I said, come over to my house quick. When he came over, I said, lie on the floor. He went, I beg your pardon? I said, lie down on the floor. And he lay down, and I said, what do you see? And he went, the Art Attack set. And then it turned into this.
And a show that played out at 5 to 4 on a school day afternoon.
It's all about having fun with art. It's just a case of looking around you and you can find loads of things to make pictures with. I wanted you to be able to go to your dustbin, get stuff out and be able to make something really cool. Take an empty washing up liquid bottle. Now, to make a batty wing bat, you need an empty loo roll tube.
I loved Art Attack. Neil Buchanan was amazing. He was like a hero.
Try yourself a sponge cloudy sky.
Each show had a grand finale, a so-called big art, created by Neil and captured from above.
Everyone says to me, was the lines on the floor that you used? No, but I did have a monitor at the side that I could look at. Because, of course, the camera was on a crane looking down, so I had to see what was going on.
It was art on a grand scale, never before seen on TV. No one said it was going to be easy.
Lentils are very bouncy, and I would pour them, and they were just pinging everywhere. So I couldn't actually get the picture to sit still.
A lot of the times that he did stuff, and you were like, how has he even done that?
This was a show with big ambitions, and at Christmas, Art Attack would travel the globe.
I went back to the team and I said, where do you want to go for a Christmas treat? And they all went, shopping in New York. All the girls would go, we want to go shopping. So I went back to the network and I said, yeah, I think I could probably light up New York skyline. And they went, brilliant, sounds awesome.
Taking out the power in the Big Apple would lead to one of the show's most memorable moments.
Are you ready? Are we ready? Here we go. We're going. We're going. Look at that. Look at that. There they go.
Go on, Joe. Go on, Joe. It's gonna work.
Come on, Joe. Yeah! Happy Christmas!
And Neil knew he was onto a good thing. So the following year,
we could do a surfing Santa. And they went, brilliant! And that was it. Off we went to Barbados. Christmas. Yes!
Art Attack ran for 17 years, meaning plenty of material for its fans.
We did a spoof of Art Attack on SMTV. Hello, and welcome to Art Attack with me, Neil Pumpkinnon. And I would try to do a sensible bit of art, but I would let one go all the time. Let's produce something new. Smells like a drink canal in here. Sorry, Neil.
Neil Buchanan never had that problem.
And then just drop one. And well, we heard that was a rumour that he was a bit stinky.
Neil's supersized idea was sold around the world, making it the most successful art programme ever.
It was 500 shows, 2,000 ideas, most of them at this desk. Looking back on it now, all those years ago, very, very proud.
So it's a big thumbs up for Neil Buchanan. Now, there have been plenty of others also willing to lend a hand in the story of CITV.
He's helping you.
But when it comes to puppets behaving badly, there's been none worse than the star of the longest-running kids' TV show in the world.
Do you know what this is? Sooty in the Nude.
Let's get busy.
Sooty, bit of a whisperer.
You don't find other people walking around whispering in each other's ears, do you?
Don't like that. Bit rude. Tell everybody what you're thinking.
Sooty made his TV debut in 1952, way before the birth of CITV, and would be passed down from father Harry Corbett.
Be careful.
To son Matthew.
I am not afraid of water. Put that... Sit down.
In fact, Sooty was just part of the family.
My father was very, very romantic, and he massively attached to Sooty as a person almost.
Sooty, you are a naughty boy.
When Sooty was in his little travelling box, there were air holes in it.
Right, settle down now and all go to sleep.
It was partly a joke, but that's who my father was, and he loved that little bear.
Today, Sooty, Sweep and Sue are still going strong on CITV under the care of a long-time fan of the show.
My agent phoned me up and said, do you remember that dream job that you kept saying that you want to present Sooty? He said, yeah. He said, are you sitting down? Matthew Corbett's retiring. You're in the frame.
Now we're all ready to start with Sooty's special magic box.
And I cried when I got the job. I cried. And I've loved every second of it since.
Busy, let's get busy!
He couldn't be on safer hands. Hats off to Richard for making it work the third time. I'm thrilled. He's a nice guy. I like him. He likes me. What could be better?
It's not a real gorilla. Then who is it?
It's been able to go seamlessly through the generations because Harry never gave Sooty a voice. So wherever he's been with whatever presenter, it's a seamless transition. And also, he's so terribly naughty and gets away with it. And every kid wants to do what Sooty does and get away with it.
But not everyone thinks Sooty's the king of the show.
Sweep. He's the one, isn't he? Sweep was so sweet. If you were one of the three, you'd want to be like Sweep. Oh, I certainly would. I'd be Sweep.
Looks like Sue's the one wearing the trousers to me.
Am I sure? Well, of course I'm sure, sausage brain.
She didn't take any rubbish of the other two. I mean, she was clearly in control of that gang.
Together, Sooty and Co continue to bring carnage and chaos to a host of celebrity victims.
It's always great when you get celebrity guests, because they don't know quite how to handle the whole thing, and they seem to be willing to make complete fools of themselves just because it's Sooty.
Do you find that funny at all?
Not remotely. Jack Dee and Harry Hill and Matthew Kelly, all coming because they felt something. They didn't do it for the money. They did it because they wanted to be on that programme.
Good afternoon, Sooty. Very pleased to meet you.
Anne Widdecombe did nearly get whiplash as she entered the ghost train. And we nearly killed Paul Daniels with a pizza. Sooty threw a pizza at Paul Daniels and knocked him out. There was a complete moment on set of, we have all gone too far and it's not funny now. As Debbie McGee was saying, oh, Paul, are you all right?
Now that's magic.
You shouldn't laugh.
So, as Sooty continues his reign on CITV, only one question remains.
Of course Sooty's real. Sooty's real to everybody that watches it.
I couldn't do my job if I didn't think Sooty was real. And Sweep and Sue, you know. Of course they're real.
Over the last 30 years, CITV has made us see the world in a new light. And it never minded us getting dirty. There was always something for everyone, no matter how old you were. But what's it meant to the stars who started out on CITV?
SMTV and CITV were the beginning of our television career, really. I mean, we started on Back to Grow, but all the training that we had for live presentation came from working every week on a Saturday morning, didn't it?
Yeah. It was. Saturday mornings for us really were our training ground.
You learn your craft, yeah. You learn the business, and hopefully you get a bit better. I think we got better. Did we get better?
It's impossible not to.
Yeah, we got a bit better.
Without it, we wouldn't be where we are today.
No way.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here!
Do you know what? It's really great to have been the first on children's ITV. It's great. I kind of feel really honoured.
Everyone always said to me, they went, why are we always smiling, so smiley, so annoying? And actually, we were genuinely having a good laugh. It was just such a good time.
For me, CITV was where I sort of really learnt my job, really. Not so fun.
Now, where's that birthday cake?
Good boy, that's like flower sweet. Come on, use the flower.
Be careful with that! Oh, dear, oh dear. Oh, here goes the milk. Not too much, Sooty. I say not too much, Sooty. Go!
Oh, dear. Come on, sweet. Mix it up. Mix it up. Mix it. Come on.
Oh! Now you're pouring. Oh, no, Sooty, no. Don't. Oh! Come on, boy. Just use the magic wand. Here we go. Izzy Wizzy, let's get busy! Hey! Happy birthday, CITV!